Alright, welcome to day one of your 30 days of yoga. Today we just need, of course, our mats and 2 blocks. Just placing one of your blocks towards the front of your mat. And we're going to begin seated. So here, just playing around with your most comfortable seat. So using one, or maybe you would like to use both of your blocks if that feels better for your body. You can either find yourself kneeling. A way to make this a little more comfortable is we can bring the block in between the legs and just come to sit the glutes down onto the block, and it might feel a little bit easier on your body if you do stack 2 of your blocks underneath you. Or if you prefer to sit cross-legged, we can find cross legs, placing 1 or 2 blocks under. Maybe we cross at the ankles, maybe we bring the heels in towards one another. So just taking a minute to get yourself comfy. You don't want to feel any strain through the hips, through the lower back, so using your props as you need. Maybe you do wish to grab your bolster or your cushions to sit underneath you, just making sure that the knees are grounded wherever you are. Then when you feel ready, we're going to close down our eyes. If you don't quite like closing down the eyes, you can just keep a soft gaze down towards the mat. And from here, just bringing the back of the hands to your thighs, just allowing the palms to face up. And just joining with a nice deep breath in together, drawing the breath in through the nose. And coming to arrive here for your 30 days of yoga as you exhale back out through the mouth. And today we just come to observe. Coming to notice where your body is at right now in this present moment. And coming to observe without judgment, without comparison. And yes, you are at home by yourself. There's no bodies around you to compare in your class today. But maybe here you find judgment on yourself. Maybe you compare how your body felt yesterday. Maybe you're comparing with an expectation of how you think your body should be. Just letting that go, knowing your body is exactly where it needs to be right now. Just noticing the effect of coming to close off your sight. So you're starting to zoom in your awareness to your internal world. Maybe you almost visualize a light dimmer. Just slowly dimming that light. Metaphorically, the noise of the outside world, maybe your mind. Can you start to allow the thoughts to either become distant, not so much attached to the mental mind, as our body here is still, our thoughts begin to slow, start to become aware of our breath. And just moving with this as our intention today. Simply here to observe, to check in, just becoming aware of your starting point. Maybe it's been a while since you've moved your body. Maybe it's been a while since you've moved your body with intent and with awareness. Maybe you choose here to create your own intention, not only for your practice today, but for the next 30 days. Asking yourself, why is it I chose to join, to participate in 30 days of yoga? And maybe from this answer you find your intention, your why. So that on days where you feel busy or you feel like you can't be bothered, you come back to this intention to bring yourself onto your mat. All you have to do is press play, and the rest, let it unfold. So first here, just beginning, keeping eyes closed if you wish. You can start to flicker your eyes open. Just dropping both of your hands down by your side, starting to ground the fingertips onto your mat. And sinking down into your sit bones. Starting to grow tall through the length of your spine, lifting all the way up to the very crown of your head. Taking a deep breath in as you find a little more length. And as you exhale, can you allow your shoulder blades to melt slightly down your back? Start to give a little bit of your weight down into your sit bones, down into the earth. One more deep breath in, drawing up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, just gently sliding your right ear down toward your right shoulder, pressing a little deeper into the left fingertips. Noticing what shows up here in the neck. And very, very gently we bring our chin in towards our chest. Start to roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Press a little deeper into the right fingertips. And we're starting to use your breath to smooth out the right side of the neck. Maybe you feel it all the way down your shoulder, your arms, your fingertips. And drawing chin into chest, we start to find a full circle with the neck. If it doesn't feel okay to drop the head back, maybe you just lift your gaze and continue with some half circles. Otherwise, finding a full 360-degree roll. And after about 3 rounds in one direction, we're going to take it back the opposite way. Being really gentle with that change over, we start to bring left ear to left shoulder. Opening through the front of the throat, right ear, right shoulder, chin to chest. Just trying to find a balanced number here on or to the opposite direction. And when you feel even, draw the chin to chest. Use your next inhale. We again begin to lift to the very crown of the head. Notice how the spine feels, how the hips and pelvis feel here in your seat. Softening one more time as you exhale. And starting to move into a nice wide-legged child's pose to the back of your mat. Just placing your blocks, if they were underneath you, to the top of your mat. Here we draw our big toes together, take your knees out nice and wide, and coming to walk the hands forward. If you feel a little tight in the hips, in the back, we're going to grab one of our blocks and place the block underneath our forehead. And just taking in a moment here, feeling the third eye connected down to the earth. And really here noticing, is your body going to feel at greater ease if you place a block underneath your forehead? We're entering into these 30 days really practicing from our heart, not from our ego. And when maybe the ego wants to move a little quicker or resist support from our props, maybe question where that's coming from and why. Why is it so hard to just slow down? Why is it so hard to let your body feel supported and not have to push? And maybe after some time you want to release the block. Maybe the body starts to open as you gently allow it to instead of force it to. And here just observing into the lower back. It's where a lot of issues can be found, and just noticing how it feels for your hips to be externally open. And from here we start to find a narrow child's pose, so we start to bring the knees in line with the hips and coming in to sink the hips back towards the heels. Again, maybe here you have to readjust your props. You might want to place a block back underneath the head. And just observing how it feels with the hips tracking in line with the body. And already your body might be giving you answers as to your skeletal makeup, as to how you hold yourself throughout your day, just any little habits through your natural patterns of movement. Feeling the belly pressing against the thighs. One more deep breath in together. Full breath out. And extending through the arms, start to lift the elbows from the mat. Starting to find more extension through the side body. Take a breath in, slightly lift the forehead. Find more length through the spine as we replace the forehead back down. So just like a gentle wave to gain a little bit more length. And using your next inhale, we rise to our tabletop, keeping shoulders stacked over the hands, knees underneath the hips, and then feet track straight out from our knee creases. Just noticing where you hold your head here when you're on hands and knees, and this will also show up when we're in our planks. So often we can dump and let the head hang. I want you to think about the crown being aligned with your tailbone. So you tuck the chin slightly, gaze straight down between the fingertips, the back of the head presses up towards the ceiling. And finding a gentle engagement through the core here, so you're slightly pulling the rib cage into back body, you're drawing navel to spine, and following that natural curve of your tailbone downwards at the pelvis. Moving through our cat-cow as we inhale, start to tilt the hips forward, still maintaining a little bit of strength through the core as you lower the belly, so we're not dumping our organs out of the tummy, we're still supporting them as we come to lift and open through the chest. And leading with the tailbone first, we exhale, curl the tail under, we round through the spine, tucked into chest, a little bit of pressure into palms, into shins and tops of feet as we round under. Matching our breath here as we inhale, find your cow pose. Shoulder blades draw down, we lift and open through the heart, not cranking through the back of the head as we gaze forward. And exhale, rounding under. Maybe here you choose to close down your eyes. Can you feel vertebrae by vertebrae, the spine starting to unravel, starting to find some mobility. Inhale, sending heart forward. And exhale, curling under. And releasing to a neutral spine here. I just want you to start to dance out through your cat. So just wiggling however feels good. Maybe rolling out through the wrists. Just dancing through the spine. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Have the biggest wiggle, maybe pulling back from child's pose, pulling forward, really tuning into where your body just wants to release, what crevices and corners of your body want a little bit of attention just to feel nice and ready to get moving. And we come back to meet in our tabletop. Grounding into the left palm as you inhale, we sweep the right fingertips high. And then exhale, threading the right hand behind the left wrist. I'm going to continue to move here. So we inhale to unwind, reach right arm high. Exhale, threading behind the left wrist. Inhale, reaching high. And exhale, threading behind the left wrist. We come to hold at the very bottom. Now if the shoulder and head or cheek doesn't quite connect to the earth, we place a block under the shoulder, underneath the right cheek, if that makes your body feel good. We can choose to hold here, maybe reach the left fingertips forward, or option to take a bind, swinging that left arm over to bind with the right hip crease. And really reaching bright through the right fingertips, starting to open through the back of the right shoulder. If you have the bind with right hip crease, we roll the left shoulder open, begin to open through the front of the left shoulder. And we unravel as you inhale, reach the left fingertips high, ground the left hand back in front of the face, unwind, right fingertips rise, inhale. Then exhale, releasing right hand underneath the shoulder. Firming deep into both hands, strong through the core, we inhale, extend the right leg long behind. Finding a tiger curl here as you exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale to extend long. Exhale, we round knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, think cat spine as you draw knee to nose, really push into the palms. Can you spread the shoulder blades apart? Inhale, extend. As you exhale, we hover right leg out to the side, grounding for gate pose. So toes are facing towards the top of your mat. Then circling arms high as you inhale, right foot comes out from the hip. Then exhale, sending left hand to ground outside the mat, side body stretch, right fingertips reach up and overhead. And here we start to roll our heart open. Ground into the blade edge of the right foot as you reach a little brighter through the right fingertips. And releasing the shoulder, the tricep from the right ear, let it be soft. And just remaining in its socket here. Feeling the expansion through the right rib cage. Feeling the breath aid that as you breathe deeper into the right lung. And either walking the hands or using your core strength as you inhale, begin to rise back into your gate pose. Sending the right toes out to the side, we lunge deep into the right knee. It's finding like a supported warrior two here. Maybe gaze comes over the right fingertips. Taking a full breath in. Then exhale, release your right forearm to thigh, left fingertips come to reach up and overhead. I want you to think about opening through your right hip here. So you should just be able to see your big toe inside right knee. Right knee stacked on top of the ankle. We're not pressing the knee beyond the ankle. One more deep inhale. Then exhale again, we cartwheel the hands, ground underneath left shoulder, right fingertips reach overhead. Then exhale, releasing hands back underneath the shoulders. Using your core strength, we inhale, float right leg long behind. Then exhale, releasing right knee back underneath right hip. Taking that to the other side, we inhale, left fingertips reach high. Exhale, threading left hand behind the right wrist. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, we weave behind right wrist. And we've got one more round. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, weaving behind the right wrist. We come to hold at the bottom. Again, we can use our block under shoulder or cheek. Maybe we start to walk the right fingertips forward. And if you found your bind on the other side, you bring right hand to hold left hip crease. We reach right through left fingertips, we roll open through right shoulder. Wherever we are, our breath should still be able to remain steady. Not pushing or forcing, breath is steady. And beginning to unwind, we reach right arm high. Placing right hand in front of the face, left arm reaches high, inhale. Exhale, hand comes back underneath the shoulder, we find our tabletop. and strong through the belly. Inhale, left leg extends out long behind. Keeping hips squared down towards the mat. Exhale, curl in left knee to nose. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, curl in knee to nose. Draw navel in, spread the shoulder blades. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in under. Inhale, long, press through the crown, press out through the back heel, and we float and hover left leg out to the side, toes face forward to begin. Circle arms high, inhale. And then exhale, we ground right hand underneath right shoulder, side body stretch, reaching left fingertips up and overhead. Pressing again, this time blade edge of left foot. As you ground down, can you notice a rebound of energy come up to the left fingertips? You observe the breath moving through left lung, the expansion of left rib cage, deepening the opening. And again, walking hands or using your core, we rise to gate pose as we inhale. Shifting left toes out to the side, we start to lunge into the left knee. Gazing over left fingertips. Lifting all the way to crown of head still, supported by the core. Checking left knee on left ankle, big toe just inside the knees, we open through the hip. And releasing forearm to the thigh. Inhale, right fingertips reach overhead. Soften through right shoulder. Inhale. And exhale again, we cut with the hands, right hand under the shoulder, left toes shine forward, left fingertips reach overhead. One more deep breath in here. And exhale, releasing hands back underneath the shoulders. We lift through belly, strong through the core to carry left leg long behind. Then releasing left knee underneath the left hip. From here, finding our puppy pose as we walk the hands forward. Start to melt the heart down towards the mat. Forehead grounds to mat or to block. So if your head is hanging, grab a block, place it underneath the forehead. And here I want you to think about the back of the heart starting to press through towards the front. We want to find a stack of hips over the knees, so we're not in child's pose here. Hips are off of the heels. And we find a gentle press of tops of the feet and shins in towards the mat. If you have the space, maybe you bring chin and chest down, gazing forward. Grounding into the forearms, we start to peel forward onto our belly, finding Sphinx pose. It's making sure elbows are under the shoulders. We can kind of align this by bringing our hands to our biceps, then releasing hands forward, fingertips in line with elbow creases. And without moving the elbows, think about drawing elbows in towards the rib cage. We press into tops of feet, knees are lifted here. And start to draw your navel inwards, so you're slightly sending your tailbone down towards your heels, just so we're supporting our lower back in this back bend. And think about drawing in through your heart. Now start to lift your heart through to the crown of the head as you draw your chin towards back of the throat. Nice, full breath into heart. And then exhale to release hands. Come to frame the rib cage, toes tuck under. We press back to child's pose. Making our way into a downward dog, so lifting through the hips. Maybe we keep a bend in the knees here. Maybe we take the option, see how it feels to bring your hands onto your blocks. Maybe we all bring our hands onto our blocks. Just going to move through a couple of rounds of our sun A, sun C. We're going to wind down onto our backs. So here, just starting with a bend in the knee, starting to open through the backs of the legs, through the spine. Aiming here for length through the spine, not through the back of the legs. So if by straightening the legs, we find a banana spine, we want to keep a bend in the neck, in the legs. Head hangs heavy, we drop the gaze behind. Think about wrapping your upper arms in towards one another. You're stretching the mat forward with your fingertips as you lift through the tailbone. But then at the tailbone, you maintain the height of the hips as you send your tail, natural curve down towards the heels. Then from here, maybe you stretch the heels down towards the mat. Hug the lower rib cage in. One more breath to hold. Full breath out, maybe again releasing through the mouth. We rise high onto the tiptoes, gaze forward, baby steps forward to our forward fold. Again, long through the spine, belly on the thighs. We tuck the chin, crown draws down towards the toes. Hands stay connected to block or to mat. We shift our weight to the tops of the feet, so hips align over the heels. And if you have the space in the back of your legs, maybe here, keeping the belly to the thighs, you start to straighten through the legs. Finding a halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs, or if it's in your practice, hands to mat or blocks. Tucking the chin, start to internally rotate through the thighs, press forward through the crown, out through sit bones. Exhale, release, folding forward. And grounding into the feet, circle the arms high as we inhale, connect palms up and overhead. Exhale, thumbs draw back down to the heart. Release to Tadasana, arms come down by our side, palms shine bright forward. Drop back into soles of feet, we ground, feel that rebound to crown of head. And then we let the skeleton just fall into its natural state with that slight activation of our muscles holding us up nice and tall. Not locking out through the knee joints, find softness through the joints. Finding that sweet point of effort and ease. Just one round of sun A as we inhale, circle arms high, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive, folding forward. Lifting halfway, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, stepping back to a low plank here, ground through the knees. Hands again can stay onto the blocks. As we exhale, weight shifts forward, we hug the elbows in, they brush beside our rib cage. We lift to a baby cobra, press the tops of feet, knees lift, hug elbows in, open through the heart. Exhale to release. Toes tuck under, firm to palms, press back through child's pose, nice and easy today. Lifting to your downward facing dogs, hips rise. Take a full breath in, a full breath out. Lift high to the toes, inhale, gaze forward, baby steps again forward to your fold. Lifting halfway, inhale. Exhale to fold. Circle arms high, inhale. Exhale, thumbs draw down to heart center, take a breath in. Release to Tadasana, exhale. Finding Surya Namaskar C. Circling arms high, inhale, palms touch, starting to move through some lunges. Exhale, swan dive, folding forward. Lifting halfway, inhale, we lengthen through the spine. And exhale, folding forward. Using blocks for support as we step the right foot back, we lower the knee down. Option to untuck the toes or keep the toes tucked under. Maybe you choose to just stay here with hands on blocks, or lift through the core. We can find hands to thigh, hands to hip, or we sweep arms high. I was taking a moment here, checking knee on top of ankle. Slight draw back of left hip, right hip forward. Finding a full breath in, soft through shoulders, bright through fingers. Then exhale, release, frame the front foot. We step back, option for high or low plank here. Lifting forward through crown of head, press out through the heels, shift the weight forward, inhale. Exhale, hug elbows in tight, we lower all the way to belly. Untuck the toes, baby cobra, hug elbows in tight, inhale. Exhale to release. Passing through table. Again, we tuck the toes, child's pose. Lifting, downward facing dog, exhale. I'm finding a three-legged dog here. Option to just remain in down dog and step forward, or we're finding a nice long sweep of right leg high. Hips stay square. We're not going for height, we're going for nice long lines here. Pelvis neutral. Then exhale, drawing knee to nose. We step the right foot through between the hands. Lower the left knee down. Again, option to untuck the toes. Inhale, we rise, taking your option with your arms to feel stable, to feel at ease. Try not to dump into the lower back. We're not pressing hips forward. We're lifting tall. Hug lower rib cage in, shoulders soft, bright through fingertips. One more inhale. Then exhale to release, frame the foot, tuck the left toes, we step to fold. Lifting halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold. Circle arms high, inhale. Swan dive to fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, we step the left foot back. Left knee lowers, untuck toes, sweep arms high, low lunge. Exhale, settle in. Full breath in. And then exhale, release, frame the foot, tuck the left toe, step back high or low plank, listen to your body. Shifting weight forward, exhale, we lower all the way to belly. Rising to baby cobra, maybe lifting a little higher using the back muscles, not much weight in the hands. Exhale, release to fold. Starting to press back, moving to your downward facing dog. An option to hold down dog, or we find three-legged dog. Inhale, left leg rises high. We tiger curl, left knee to nose, just as we did in tabletop. Spread through the shoulder blades, create space. Step the foot through between the hands. We lower right knee down, untuck the toes. Rise to your low lunge. Then exhale to release, framing the foot. Tuck the right toes, step forward to your fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Circling arms high, inhale, bringing palms to touch. Exhale, swan dive to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. We're stepping back to our downward facing dog. Breathing deep in through the nose, out through the mouth. And lift high on tiptoes as you inhale. Use your exhale to meet in our child's pose, taking the option for wide or narrow knees, whatever felt best for your body. Maybe hands stay on the block for a deeper opening through the chest. Maybe we bring block under forehead. And just observing how your body is feeling back in this pose after a little bit of movement. And then when you feel ready, we're going to begin to make our way down onto our backs. And from our backs, reaching arms up and overhead. And just walking both of the feet to the bottom left corner of your mat. Option to find a cross of the ankles here, left ankle on top of right to anchor. Then with the left hand, we're drawing the right wrist to the top left corner of the mat, finding a crescent moon shape here. Just noticing where it feels good to relax the head, maybe looking over right armpit or maybe looking over to left arm. Just scanning from right pinky finger down the outer seam of your body. Notice if you're trying to hold or force anywhere here. Can you just let your breath move through that area and help it to soften and relax? Helping the mind detach from anything that feels a little bit maybe tight or not how you want it to feel. Just allowing it to be. And starting to take this shape to the other side. Walking both feet to the bottom right corner of the mat. We hook right ankle over left, right hand draws left wrist to the top right corner. Again, turning the head from left to right, just allowing it to rest, to balance out evenly the other side. And maybe you begin your scan from the left pinky finger down the outer seam of your body. And drawing back through center, maybe lifting the hips slightly, making sure your body's in a nice long even line, and choosing to bend into both knees. Start to draw the right knee into chest. And if this feels okay, you can start to extend the left leg long. Maybe here choose to draw a couple of circles with the knee, just feeling into the right hip. And we're finding just a supine twist, starting to first tuck the left hip underneath the right so our spine and left foot are in line. We're just drawing the right knee over to the left, extending the arms out into a T position. And releasing back through center, taking that twist to to the other side. Again, choosing to keep a bend in the knees, you draw left knee to chest. Or we can extend that right leg long, rolling out through the left hip. And then taking your twist when you feel ready. This time making sure we tuck right hip underneath the left to drop. Realigning hips through center, maybe lifting up the pelvis, give it a little bit of a wiggle, place it back down. Here we can drop both knees in towards one another, feet come about the width of the mat. Maybe extending both of the legs out long, finding your Savasana. First, we're just going to bring left hand to our heart center, right hand to our belly, finding our breath here, full yogic breathing. Using your inhale, think about first feeling up the belly, then feeling up into the chest. And we exhale, release first from the chest, and release from the belly. And staying with this rhythm, breathing deep into belly, all the way up into chest. And we exhale from the chest. We exhale from the belly. Breath into belly. Breath into chest. Releasing from the chest. Releasing from the belly. 2 more rounds in your own time. And choosing to either keep your hands on your body or releasing your arms down by your side, palms facing up, and shuffling shoulder blades in towards one another. Be one last little lift of the head, tuck the chin long through spine. Just allowing the breath to be, allowing the mind and thoughts to drift. Knowing that this is still a part of your practice. It's almost the most important pose of your practice. This is where the body digests your movement, your presence. Allowing your body to digest your intention, allowing it to sink into every single cell. This is where you don't have to do anything. This is where your body knows exactly what needs to be done. It's that bridge from your practice, the past, to how you're going to enter now into the rest of your day or your evening. Slightly different. Body constantly changing, but here you intentionally decided whether those changes are going to be positive or negative. And if you have the time, please do stay here on your back as long as you can, Continuing to observing the medicine of your practice, how you've used the physical body to maybe alter your perception, your emotional, your mental bodies. You can choose here to finish your practice on your back, or if you wish to join in a seat, we're just going to find first a roll onto our side. And using that top arm to gently press up into a seat. And from our seat, we're going to bring palms to touch, drawing our thumbs to our third eye center. Repeating in your own mind, I create my own reality. Bringing your thumbs to your lips, I speak my truth. And bringing thumbs to your heart, I follow my heart. And taking a final breath together as we inhale through the nose. Being proud and thanking yourself as you exhale for endeavoring to 30 days of yoga. And thank you for joining me for day one. Namaste.